In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Water is the essence of life, the silent architect of creation. It carves landscapes, sustains ecosystems, and nourishes every living being. More than 60% of the human body is composed of water, and every cell depends on it for survival. Without water, life as we know it would cease to exist. Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese scientist, dedicated years to studying water. He proposed that water holds memory and responds to emotions, famously stating, "Water is the mirror of the soul." Among his research, he analyzed Zamzam water, and later acknowledged that it is unlike any other water on earth. And indeed, Zamzam is unique. How could it not be when its origin is nothing short of miraculous? According to Ibn Khaldun and Ibn Kathir, when Ishmael, peace be upon him, was born, Sarah, may Allah be pleased with her, urged Prophet Abraham to send Hagar and her infant son away. Allah, the Almighty, reassured Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, and commanded him to comply with Sarah's request. Obedient to the divine command, Abraham placed Hagar and Ishmael on a mule, carrying only a small provision of food and water, and set out. By Allah's will, he left them in the barren land of Makkah at the site of Zamzam, before turning back. As he prepared to leave, Hagar, filled with worry, asked him, "Who commanded you to leave us in a land without trees or water?" Abraham replied, "My Lord has commanded me." With unwavering faith, Hagar responded, "Then he will not forsake us." She remained silent and accepted her fate with trust in Allah. After Abraham departed, Hagar and her son Ishmael were left alone. Within a day or so, the water that Abraham had left for them was completely consumed, and Ishmael, overwhelmed by thirst, became restless. Hagar, in her desperation, began searching for water. She climbed Mount Safa, but upon finding no sign of water, she ran towards Mount Marwa. In this state of distress, she ran back and forth between the two hills 7 times. As she was about to begin her 8th round, she heard the cries of her infant son and rushed back to him. Ishmael was crying and kicking his feet against the ground. By the mercy of Allah, a spring of water gushed forth from the earth at that spot, the well of Zamzam. It is narrated that Hagar had left Ishmael at the location of Hajar and had built a small shelter for him. The angel Jibril appeared, struck the ground, and caused the water to spring forth. He then informed Hagar of the well and told her that this would be the source from which Allah's guests would quench their thirst. He also foretold that Ishmael's father, Abraham, would return soon, and together they would build the house of Allah. Shortly afterward, a group from the Jurhum tribe passed through the area. They had camped in the lower region of Makkah and were surprised to see birds flying over a place that was supposed to be barren. Intrigued, they sent a few people to investigate. Upon reaching the location, they found a woman, a child, and a well. Astonished by what they saw, they requested Hagar's permission to settle there. With her consent, they made their homes in that area. Ishmael grew up among them, learning the Arabic language from the tribe. As he matured, the Jurhum people arranged his marriage with a woman from their own clan. Later, Hagar passed away, and Ishmael buried her at Hajar. This is how the blessed and miraculous well of Zamzam came into existence. After hearing this story, it's clear that this well, this water, is no ordinary thing. It's a blessing, a miracle. And now, with our advanced understanding of nature, science reveals that this water, in its essence, is unlike anything else on the planet. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also said, "The best water on the face of the earth is the water of Zamzam. It is a kind of food and a healing for sickness." After the time of Prophet Ismail, peace be upon him, the well of Zamzam was lost to history. Centuries later, it was rediscovered by Abdul Muttalib. Let's now open the chapter of science to gain an understanding of what makes this water so extraordinary. Most of the scientific discussion in this video draws upon the groundbreaking work of Dr. Masaru Emoto, a renowned Japanese scientist whose studies on water revolutionized our understanding of its nature. Dr. Emoto dedicated his career to exploring the profound connection between water and the environment, uncovering how it responds to external influences like thoughts, words, and energy. His research revealed that water has the ability to form beautiful, crystalline structures when exposed to positive emotions or harmonious sounds, while dissonant energies lead to chaotic and disorganized patterns. For this video, we will reference Dr. Emoto's two seminal works, Messages from Water and The Hidden Messages in Water. These books provide a detailed account of his experiments, including how water from different sources and exposed to varying conditions reacts uniquely, forming distinct crystalline structures. Dr. Masaru Emoto's journey into the world of water began with a simple observation and a question. While reading, he came across the claim that every snowflake falling from the sky is unique in its geometric design. His scientific instincts, however, prompted him to challenge this notion. He reasoned that the chemical composition of water, two hydrogen atoms bonded with one oxygen atom, was universally consistent. If the molecular structure remained the same, how could snowflakes, formed entirely of water, vary so greatly in shape? This question sparked his determination to investigate and potentially disprove the theory of snowflake uniqueness. Dr. Emoto set out to test this scientifically. He constructed a specialized laboratory to carry out his experiments. At the heart of this facility was a deep freezer with a precise temperature regulator. He understood that the process of freezing was critical. Rapid freezing disrupts molecular organization, preventing water from forming distinct geometric shapes. Instead, he designed a process of slow freezing, allowing water molecules the necessary time to crystallize naturally into intricate forms. The lab also featured a cold room maintained at -7 degrees Celsius, an ideal temperature for observing water in its transition to ice. To capture the fleeting beauty of snowflake crystals before they melted, he equipped microscopes with high-resolution cameras. This meticulous setup enabled him to document and study the crystalline structures in unprecedented detail, providing a window into the hidden world of water. He recalled, "I took samples from 2 faucets in the laboratory, froze them, and each sample produced a completely different snowflake. The samples came from 2 different wells, 2 different rivers, and 2 different lakes. I almost went crazy and thought, this must be witchcraft." One day, a Saudi student studying at the University of Tokyo crossed his path. The student regarding the witchcraft said, "We have blessed water, called Zamzam water. I will give you a sample so you can experiment with it. This water is not affected by witchcraft or jinns, so using it could either prove or disprove your entire theory." After receiving a sample of Zamzam water, he immediately began his experiment, eager to see how this unique water would behave. However, when he attempted to freeze and crystallize the water, he was stunned by the result. He wrote, "I couldn't crystallize it even after diluting the water by 1,000 times. To clarify, he turned 1 cubic centimeter of Zamzam water into a liter, yet despite the extreme dilution, the water did not form any distinct crystalline structure. It didn't behave according to the same rules that governed ordinary water." Dr. Emoto's experiments with Zamzam water took an unexpected and fascinating turn when he froze this diluted water. He observed something remarkable. Two uniquely shaped crystals formed, one atop the other. These crystals assumed a form unlike anything he had seen before in his extensive research. Curious about this, he asked his Muslim colleague for an explanation. The colleague, familiar with the significance of Zamzam in Islam, explained that the name Zamzam is composed of two identical parts, Zam and Zam. This observation seemed to align with the formation of the two distinct crystals. Building on this, Dr. Emoto's colleague suggested playing Quranic verses over the water. Using a tape recorder, the colleague played the verses, and the result was astonishing. He said, "We got the most perfectly shaped crystals." Following this, he played the 99 names of Allah, the Almighty, and each name produced a uniquely shaped crystal, further confirming the deep connection between water and its spiritual influences. After conducting these experiments over the course of 15 years, Dr. Emoto published his findings in a 5-volume book titled Messages from Water. In his conclusion, he stated, "I have proven that water, that peculiar liquid, is capable of thinking, fathoming, feeling, getting excited, and expressing itself." Reflecting on this water, Dr. Emoto wrote, "The quality and purity of Zamzam water has and will not be found anywhere else on Earth." Recently, quantum biophysical semiotics experiments have offered new evidence about the existence of a connection between water memory and healing information, exactly following Emoto's interesting hypothesis about the changes to water crystals achieved by music and songs. Emoto passed different sound frequencies through Zamzam water and observed variable crystal behaviors based on crystallography techniques among this water and water samples from other parts of the world. He noted that Muslims traditionally say Bismillah before eating or drinking, and after saying this phrase over regular water, he observed significant, inexplicable changes in the water's structure, enhancing its quality. He concluded that this simple act could transform regular water into something exceptional. In another experiment, Dr. Emoto discovered that reciting Quranic verses over regular water imbued it with healing properties, making it capable of treating various diseases. He coined the term nano for Zamzam water, and further research was carried out by Arita et al. One of the most remarkable findings was that when just 1 drop of Zamzam water was mixed with 1,000 drops of regular water, the regular water would take on the same extraordinary qualities as Zamzam. This suggested that the essence of Zamzam was so potent that it could transform the structure and quality of other water, imbuing it with its own purity. Dr. Masaru Emoto, in his book The Hidden Messages from Water, reflects on the concept of happiness and the chaos that defines modern life. He asks, "Are you happy?" He encourages readers to reflect on their lives and consider whether they feel peace in their hearts, security about the future, and excitement about the day ahead. He acknowledges that most people would not confidently answer yes, leading him to explore deeper issues. What causes so much pain? What prevents us from being happy? Emoto considers whether there can ever be a single solution to unify humanity, one so simple and universal that everyone could understand it. His answer lies in water. Human bodies are mostly water, 70% on average, though it decreases with age. He points out that if humans are fundamentally water, then purifying this water is essential for living healthy and happy lives. Drawing from nature, he explains that flowing water stays pure, while stagnant water decays. Similarly, emotional stagnation within us can cause physical and mental harm. Why does blood or water within us become stagnant? Emoto links this stagnation to emotions. Negative feelings disrupt the flow, while positive emotions like joy promote vitality. Therefore, he concludes, by maintaining emotional well-being and embracing movement and change, we can purify the water within us, promoting harmony and vitality. As we've discussed, even a single drop of Zamzam water has the unique ability to change the structure of regular water, transforming it into something special. By drinking this water, we can help purify the 70% of water that makes up our bodies, promoting better health and well-being. Zamzam water contains various solutes with significant health implications, primarily expressed as cations and anions. Calcium is the predominant divalent cation, often complexed with carbonates and bicarbonates. Calcium in this water is particularly notable for its role in satisfying both thirst and hunger, while the presence of potassium and sodium may positively influence the human nervous system. Zamzam is unique in its natural characteristics because it is hard carbonated type water in nature. It has been proven that there is no microbial growth in the water from the Zamzam well. This water has a special ability to stimulate tiny channels in our cells that help control the water inside our bodies. These channels are like tiny doors in our cells that allow water to pass in and out, helping to keep our bodies balanced. These channels are found in all living things, from bacteria to plants and animals, including humans. Recent research has shown that drinking Zamzam water can increase the activity of these water channels in the body. In one study, healthy women drank this water for a month, and the researchers noticed a significant increase in the number and activity of these water channels in their cells. This effect wasn't seen in women who drank regular tap water. The findings suggest that Zamzam water could help protect against several health problems, like eye issues, kidney problems, and even certain types of diabetes. This unique property of Zamzam water has been confirmed using different scientific methods, which showed that this water is different from other types of water. This difference may explain why it has such beneficial effects on the body. Zamzam water has been found to have several positive effects on the reproductive system, particularly in helping with issues related to pregnancy and fertility. Some studies have shown that drinking it can improve the chances of successful implantation of an embryo in the womb, which is important for women who have difficulty getting pregnant. It also helps stimulate the production of certain hormones and proteins that are essential for a healthy pregnancy. One of the key reasons Zamzam water is effective is its high levels of calcium and magnesium, which support various processes in the womb. These minerals also help the body produce important immune system proteins. It is believed to promote the formation of a healthy implantation window, which is a critical time when the embryo attaches to the womb, making pregnancy more likely. It also has natural antibacterial and antioxidant properties, which help protect the reproductive organs and support overall health. It can even encourage the body to produce certain growth factors that support healthy cells in the womb. However, while these results are promising, more research is needed to confirm how effective it is for these treatments. A study was conducted to compare the effects of Zamzam water and other types of water on dental health, particularly on tooth decay in schoolgirls. The researchers looked at two groups of children, one with a mix of baby teeth and permanent teeth, and the other with only permanent teeth. In the group with permanent teeth, the children who drank Zamzam water had the lowest levels of tooth decay compared to those who drank other types of water. One of the main reasons for this difference is the higher amount of fluoride found in it. Fluoride is a mineral that is well known for helping prevent tooth decay. Studies have shown that drinking water with fluoride can significantly reduce the chances of getting cavities. For example, water with about 1 part per million ppm of fluoride can cut tooth decay in half. However, if the fluoride levels are too high, it can cause other issues with the teeth, such as staining. Around the world, health experts recommend eating more plant-based foods to help prevent chronic diseases like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and bone problems. Interestingly, Zamzam water has been shown to have some unique properties that may help fight these diseases, particularly cancer. Studies suggest that it has the ability to reduce inflammation in the body and might even help in fighting tumors. One of the key ways it may work against cancer is through its effect on the immune system. In a study with mice, researchers induced colon tumors and then gave the mice Zamzam water every day. After a month, the tumors were significantly smaller, and in the long term, they even disappeared. This suggests that this water may help the body's immune system recognize and fight tumors. Further research with 100 healthy women showed that drinking Zamzam water increased the levels of certain proteins that are known to help prevent cancer. These proteins, called bikunin, lunasin, and Bowman brick inhibitor, are believed to play a role in protecting the body from cancer. In simple terms, this water may have properties that help reduce inflammation and fight cancer by supporting the immune system and increasing natural protective proteins in the body. Water plays a crucial role in growing plants, and studies have shown that the type of water used can affect plant growth. One such study looked at the impact of Zamzam water on plants like wheat and broad beans. The results were impressive. When plants were watered with it, either alone or mixed with other types of water, they showed better growth. This included higher seed germination rates, longer shoots, and healthier plants, both in terms of fresh and dry weight. For broad beans, the number of flowers produced was also higher compared to plants watered with other types of water. Another study tested different types of water, including Zamzam, desalinized, salt-treated, and regular well water, on crops like wheat and beans. The crops watered with Zamzam grew the best, showing higher yields and more nutrients like proteins and carbohydrates. On the other hand, crops watered with desalinized water had the worst results, while well water gave moderate growth. Similarly, research on lentil plants showed that irrigation with Zamzam water boosted their growth and increased the levels of important nutrients like protein, antioxidants, and other healthy compounds. In simple terms, Zamzam has been shown to help plants grow better and produce more nutrients, making it a valuable resource for agriculture. The hadith in which the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best water on the face of the earth is the water of Zamzam. It is a kind of food and a healing from sickness," beautifully reflects the profound wisdom of this sacred water. Today, science is beginning to reveal the remarkable benefits of Zamzam water, aligning with the timeless truth contained in this hadith. When I first read Dr. Emoto's books, I thought I'd discuss his fascinating research in this video. However, after diving into the topic of Zamzam, I came across so much information that it became clear discussing Dr. Emoto's work wouldn't fit into this video. By Allah's will, I plan to make another video in the future to explore the mysteries of water and Dr. Emoto's insightful quote, "Water is a mirror of the soul." It was narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The water of Zamzam is for whatever purpose it is drunk." Imam Ibn al-Qayyim said, "I, along with others, have sought healing through Zamzam water and witnessed remarkable results. I personally used it to treat various illnesses, and by Allah's permission, found healing. I also encountered an individual who relied solely on Zamzam water for nourishment over an extended period, up to half a month or more, without experiencing hunger. He actively participated in performing tawaf alongside others, showing no signs of weakness." Ibn al-Qayyim further recounted, "This person told me he survived on nothing but Zamzam water for 40 days, during which he maintained his strength. He was able to fast, perform tawaf multiple times, and even fulfill marital relations with his wife." All this research confirms that Zamzam is a uniquely unparalleled water source on Earth. So, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?